The crusade calls.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to Heroes of the Storm, and I am late. So late that I am just now starting to record a video for Johanna, the newest character to be added to Heroes of the Storm from Diablo. She is a Crusader. When tomorrow, the Butcher is slated to come out. So, yeah, that's a bit late. That's about a month late. Doing Johanna when the Butcher is slated to come out the next day. Yeah. Anywho, a lot of stuff has happened. Let's real quick go over what I'm going to do here. Let's look at what the enemy, or what I've got on my team. I've got a Lily. So decent heals, but not anything I think I'm going to rely on. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and get Reinforce. Basically, every basic ability I do gives me a block charge, maximum of 2, and that reduces the damage I take from basics by 50%. Which is probably good against someone like Illy here. So, one thing you're going to definitely notice here is I haven't done a abilities video for Johanna. And I probably won't be. I guess if there's enough of a demand for it, I suppose I could definitely look into doing that. But quite honestly, what I would probably do is point you towards a video by Ziggy D Starcraft, a gentleman that I've known for a bit, have followed for a bit. Of course. Who, hurry, activate the shrines. I would say mostly does a lot of Path of Exile stuff, but occasionally puts out a few things here and there for games like Heroes. And he put out an excellent video, I think, for Johanna, where he may not have gone over every talent that she has in detail like I normally do, but honestly, his video was much more concise. It was like 7 minutes long and went over the most popular choices for her and reasonings why, and I thought it was very well done. And quite honestly, I figured, you know what, that was a lot of polish he put into it and things like that. I don't think I could quite approach that level. Unfortunately, I don't do this full time, so I don't usually have a lot of time to do that extensive research like usually when I do those videos regarding all the talents and whatnot. It's usually from personal experience, from playing with them a bit, testing them a bit. Quite honestly, after I saw his videos, I realized, oh, you know what? Hotslogs has all these wonderful spots that show you the popular talent choices, and you can divide them by league, and that's really great. I didn't realize how easy it actually was to do the research. So I could probably do something like that now, but honestly, I think he's able to put a lot more polish into it than I am. And I would think, you know, why recreate the wheel when someone's already done a really great job?
Your wounds are great.
So I would say, you know what, you should probably check him out. He's a really good guy. And again, he does excellent work. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Ooh, gods. Okay. So, second talent I picked. First talent I've got blocks, right? So this was a very popular talent. The other thing that would work really well is Regeneration Master. If you're going to go for Regeneration Master, though, you're probably going to go for the second one, Amplified Healing. That's the reason why I took a look at my team first, who I wanted, to decide what talents I wanted. If I had a... I'm going to go ahead and use that now. I'm going to die. Yeah. Oh, Illidan is almost dead, though. It'll be worth it. Ah, whatever. He has to run, and ETC is dead, so that worked. These are both really good. Reinforce and Regeneration Master. Here on the second tier, really, I think depends on what you get on the first tier. Amplified Healing I would get if I got Regeneration Master. Laws of Hope is really good because it's a nice constant stream of health, regenerates health per second, and you can activate it to restore max percentage of your maximum hit points. Those work pretty well in concert because you're going along getting block charges as well as getting a little bit of regen. Before I started looking up a lot of the builds, was favoring a defensive build that focused on Johanna's talent, which is Iron Skin. Every 20 seconds you can activate this thing. It makes you unstoppable, so you can not be stunned, rooted, or anything like that. It doesn't break those. You can't break stuns. You can break silence. So if you get silenced by, say... Or no, actually, I don't think you can, because it would stop you from using the ability. But you can break roots. So if you're rooted, you can use it to break it. But you can't break some of the more nasty stuff. You have to use it preemptively. But it makes you unstoppable, and it gives you a shield. So that if you're about to take a nasty chunk of damage, you get a little bit of health there. Let's see, what am I going to get here? Battle Momentum seems to be one of the more popular choices for this tier. To get your... careful, almost got trapped by my own ally. Let's see. One I used to focus on was the Crusade Marches On.
The crusade calls.
Because the Crusade Marches On is the reduction of the cooldown on... Sheesh. Oh, no, no, no. Don't you dare take that. Come here. Oh, boy. Should have dropped that sooner. That'll blind... Oh, he still didn't get it. Oh, dear. Okay. And now he's got, like, full health. Oh, that was probably not my Nazebo's. I'm going to go ahead and get Battle Momentum. Get it now before I start holding myself back. Well, of course I was already holding myself back, because now I've already got my second ability. Or my hero. There. Come here. Come here. Oh no! Drop it! Drop it! Oh man. Oh man, it feels so weird to go over these abilities in the middle of playing, since I'm used to having a video where I've gone over all the abilities already. So I apologize if I don't cover as much as I used to in this video. And I'll take this as kind of a benchmarking for what to do going forward. So yeah, just basic abilities real quick to go over them so that I can say I did. I've already gone over the talent, which is a wonderful thing, wonderful shield, and oh boy. Alright, let's activate that. I'll activate my shield. Ooh, doggy. Yeah, Johanna is hard to kill. So your first ability, your Q, is Punish. As you can see, is a kind of a 180-degree arc that hits the enemy, hits them pretty hard. Good job. And, oh boy. I'm going to go ahead just back. Hits him pretty hard and has a 60% slow that decays over 2 seconds. Really useful. Johanna, being a warrior or a tank in this game, she is very good at her job. She goes in, she has quite a bit of disruption. She has this wonderful slow. Condemn is a really great ability for disruption as well. You basically have that 1 second circle. You've kind of seen that around me a few times. After that 1 second, it stuns everything around me for a quarter of a second, and it pulls them in. So it's a very destabilizing attack. So if you're expecting enemy to use some kind of big attack, it's a great way to stop them from using it. If an enemy's channeling something, it's another great way of stopping them. Just Condemn is an excellent way. It's just a micro stun, nothing big, but it's great for stopping anything that's coming at you. Shield Glare is another CC ability. It adds blind. It's a cone that you can fire forward, and adds a, how long is it? A 4-second blind. Let's see, it's 4 second, and it blinds for the next 2 auto attacks. Darn it. Lost my my pathing there. If I could have gotten up to him, I could have killed him. Because I picked one of my 2 ultimates here. This is Blessed Shield. It is a skill shot ultimate. Alright, I'll help you. It is a, as you can see, it's a skill shot. It is a bouncing shield that goes between all targets. All nearby targets. Let's see, up to 3? Yep. Hits 1, bounces to 2 nearby. And it stuns. Stuns for... Kind of hard to watch this. 1 sec. Uh-oh. I can stun them if I want. But I'm going to hold off for now. Yeah, it's really good. It hits fairly hard. The only problem really with Blessed Shield, it is my favorite and is one of the most popular ones. The only downside to it really being, well, 2 downsides to it. 1, skill shot, right? So you have to be very careful because you can throw it and you can completely miss. The other downside to it is because it's got 2 random bounces, and being on top of that being a skill shot, you can accidentally hit, say, creep instead of the target you were trying to hit, and it could bounce to creep. I believe it favors enemy heroes, but I have yet to be able to really prove that, so that is kind of the downside of that, but it's still a really great ultimate. Alternative to that is Falling Sword, a lot like ETC's Stage Dive, where you dive up into the air and then fall down into the ground somewhere. It doesn't have global reach like ETC's, it's quite a bit shorter, but the upside to it is that you have control of it while you're in the air. So there'll be this giant pillar of light that you can see where you're about to land, and you can adjust it. So you can follow enemies and track them with it. So it's a very useful follow-up ability if you're trying to chase down an enemy. It's even very useful for escape, because you can use it to target a location that you want to go to and continue to move while you're in the air. So it's good for both of those, offensive and defensive, and this is going to hurt. There we go. Oh gods, come on. I am unstoppable, but not for that long. Oh gods. Woo! Get out of there. Leave. Good job. Oh, maybe not. Alright. Stunned. Got him. Get out of there. Go into Zebo. Go, 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 go. Don't. No! Stop that. Stop that. Go. Oh my.
Very well.
Alright, let's see what kind of damage have I been taking. They're basically auto attacks, right? Illidan is auto attack, Thrall is pretty much auto attack. Okay. So that means for this tier, I'm going to get Imposing Presence. Enemy speed, attack speed is slowed. So that'll slow characters like Illidan, who rely a lot on their auto attacks to do a lot less damage. So to go over the talents I've picked so far, Battle Momentum is a really good one. We go here to this one. This tier, very popular with the Burning Rage. It's a little bit of extra damage over time. It's very popular among tanks in general, I think, to get something like Burning Rage, because while you're taking the hits, you're also doing a bit of damage outwards to the enemy. You're almost always in there doing damage, taking hits, and it's a great way to add a little bit of extra damage that they wouldn't otherwise receive. Aside from this, the other options here are things like Spell Shield, which if you're dealing with enemies that are highly burst spell damage wise, might not be a bad option, but honestly I see this one being the most popular. Spell Shield, I'd have to look at the logs again to see exactly which one's more popular, but I think Spell Shield's probably the next one compared to the others. It's not a great tier, quite honestly. You can have Hold Your Ground, Iron Skin Shield is increased, and the cooldown is reduced if it's destroyed. That's actually pretty good. Oh dear. Oh, you're dead. I'm looking at my skills and not paying attention to my teammates getting killed. Bad on me. Yep, and they're going to go up. But we got the dragon, which is what matters. Hi. Okay, let's do it. Pull him in. Uh-oh, Illidan. Alright, there's the stun. Wasn't enough to save Kael'thas. Come here! I don't really want to focus their tank. Let's get that healer. There we go. One dead Uther. Roll. Illidan. Ah, taking too much damage. Activate my heal. Nope. Come on. Let's get in there, guys. Yeah, he's not getting away. I can possibly get that Illidan. No. They're not turning around. Alright, so this last tier, as I mentioned, Imposing Presence really good because they've got a lot of auto attack guys. Other than that, another real popular choice, probably the most popular choice, is Holy Renewal, in which... whoa. Okay, he's going after Kael. He's going after Kael. Let's see if we can't stop that. Stun. Oh, gods. Stun. Really? Oh, gods. My talent choice just saved my ass. I'll talk about that here in a second. Let's get out of here. So yeah, that one's really good. The next one is usually this one, Holy Renewal. Each hero affected by shield glare heals you, which is really good. That also works really well with amplified healing. I haven't really seen a lot of the others picked. What was another talent? I didn't talk about it, but a good talent that is sometimes picked in one of these tiers. Is it in this one? Spinning Hammer, Iron Skin, Sugar. Oh man, I didn't come prepared for this, did I? Maybe it's this one. Ah, there it is. From Battle Momentum, this tier right here. One of the popular abilities from here is also Conviction. Condemn increases your movement speed by 25%. That is really nice if you're going in for chasing, or if you're trying to, even when you're trying to run away. Because that Condemn, with that destabilizing pull-in, is very powerful. Let's stop them from... let's stop them from really hurting our Dragon Knight. Get him here in the middle of that Phoenix. Alright, activating my Unstoppable. Stunning. Whew. At least that ultimate is only on a 1-minute cooldown. We're doing pretty good here, actually. I haven't even really talked about the match. I've been talking about Johanna the whole time. Alright, you're stunned. Oh, you're double stunned. Stunned by me, then stunned by Tyrael. Ah, nope, nope, nope. Too far away. Okay, I need to pull out of that. There we go. So, final tier, probably the most popular, and with good reason, is the Indestructible. Instead of dying, you gain a shield that's equal to your maximum health. So you basically get a second lifeline, but the shield only lasts for 5 seconds. So it's really useful if you know you're going to get a heal, and you come back to life. And it saved my butt there at the end. I think we did really well there. I didn't even really talk about the match too much. But the entire team did really well from the looks of it. So yeah, that's like the best. I would say that for the tier is the best thing you can get. Any mechanic that allows you to quote-unquote come back to life is a game changer in the end game. And a reason why I didn't like the Resurgence of the Storm talent back in the day, because so many characters had it. And it was this thing that just everybody would pick it, because coming back to life is a huge deal in an in-game where you're down for a minute or more. It's just absolutely terrible to have to deal with. And for her, it's not as powerful as Resurgence was, because you only have a few seconds of getting another life bar before you have to get out of there. It's a great way to continue fighting for a bit longer as well. If you're there in the middle of a team fight and your team just really needs you to keep being destabilizing, it's an amazing talent. Just going to take a quick look at how everything went. We can see we did pretty good. I didn't really top any charts, but overall, team performance was good. I mean, it was pretty much a lopsided match. It was the opposite of what I normally get. I mean, 16-1, only people dying twice, really. Amazing siege and hero damage all around. So, yeah, that one's good. Let me go over what the last one's there, because there are some interesting choices, but honestly, compared to Indestructible, I don't think they're going to help you. There's Storm Shield, yeah, you get a shield to all the nearby allies, but this is a true cheat death mechanic because it activates automatically on death. Radiating Faith isn't bad. It increases the bounces of the shield by 2. That means in a team fight of 5-on-5, if there's nothing else for it to bounce to, it's going to hit all 5 enemies. A 2-second or a 1-second stun on all of them is really powerful. You increase the range by 25% and the bounce, the distance of the bounces. So yeah, it's great, but again, just cheating death is fantastic. Heaven's Fury is the modifier for Falling Sword, and it allows you to rain damage on the enemy while you're still in the air. So you're going to be jumping in the air, and before you land, you're hitting them. So that is really useful for enemies that are running away that might be on a mount, because then you can stop them from being on the mountain and you can still hit them with the ability. It also reduces the cooldown of Falling Sword for each enemy that's hit with those lightning bolts. So, not bad. Not bad at all, but honestly, Indestructible, when you look at a lot of high tiers of play, that is where you're going to be. I mean, you don't ever want to die. A mechanic in a game like this where you rely on death is never great, but anything that would stop you from dying, even if you never die, it's good to pick up, because there's always that possibility. Because if you get that hit, that last hit could have been the difference between winning and losing. So there you go. That's Johanna. Kind of going over my the choices for that build, for the tank build. What I built was probably the most popular spec right now per HOTS logs. Going out and looking at those, and a few viable alternatives there. Really the only things that you might change most of all would be Regeneration Master into Amplified Healing. And if you've got a good healer on your team, that's going to be a really good choice, because you're just going to take a whole bunch of healing. Your Regeneration Master will, of course, keep you alive for quite a bit longer as well. And then you could also possibly go into Holy Renewal if the enemy team doesn't have a lot of auto attackers on their team, because that'll, especially with Amplified Healing, that's going to be a lot of healing to you, and you're just going to be very hard to kill. Johanna is very hard to kill, but she feels pretty good at the same time. She's got a lot going for her, and so someone that's very skilled with her can definitely stay alive for a very, very long time. Now, just because I've gone over all the HOTS log stuff and kind of referred you to the video that made me kind of look at those, doesn't mean I haven't seen some other alternative builds. I'm going to probably try a damagey kind of build with her just to see how it feels. Because even though I'm not doing the video that goes over all the talents and abilities, I still would like to try and do more than one build. Although I might lighten up on my restriction of not having overlapping talents, because sometimes that just created some awkward stuff, awkward builds, and some talents just are not. Not all talents are created equal. Let's just put it that way. So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for being late. I really do. I meant to talk about it more in the match, but I started falling behind on talents and all that because our team was doing so damn well. About 4 weeks ago, I went out of town, went to Colorado actually visit family, and while I was there, I came down with a little bit of something. I got a very sore throat, mouth was all dry, and I was coughing like crazy. And I came back and I tried to do some stuff, but it just didn't work out. If you watched my last Hand of Fate video, 22 I believe it is, you would hear how my voice was really, really raw. And I was coughing a lot, and I have been continually for this last month. I went to see the doctor. They think it's possibly allergies. I don't really know. It is slowly improving, so that's why I'm kind of trying to get back on the horse and get you guys some content. Hopefully you've enjoyed this match with Johanna, the Crusader, and look forward to seeing you guys again. So take it easy. Until next time.